Anyways, I'm gonna show y'all how y'all can make 20 bands real quick. So this is allegedly. This ain't saying this is what I did or what I do, but allegedly, this is how you can make 20 bands on the CPN. Okay, so you get your number. You get your CPN number. You don't want to go applying at a whole lot of places, because when they see that you keep applying at all these places, they saying, okay, he got a whole, or she, whatever, got a whole bunch of inquiries. They just credit desperate. You know what I mean? They can't survive off their everyday income because they trying to look for credit to furnish or finance the things that they need or want. So the main places you should try to do is get your credit cards first. You can get anywhere from $3,500 to $15,000 with Capital One, right? You want to make sure when you go apply at these places, you want to do Barclays, Capital One, Bank of America, or you could do one with your local credit union or with a local bank. Local banks give out credit cards because Bank of America, Chase, all of these places, those are banks. They just top tier, well-known banks in all the states. But you got other banks in your city that give out credit limits, and you might want to deal with them because they don't got a lot of applicants, they don't got a lot of customers, so they might be more lenient to give you a credit card more than a person who got millions of customers and millions of applications coming through every day. I wouldn't say millions, but maybe millions, I don't know. I don't know the statistics on the applicants, but it just sound about right because they all over. But anyway, so what you want to do when you're applying for all your cards, you want to open up on the laptop. You don't want to use public Wi-Fi. You don't want to use your phone. You want to use an IP address that's in the surrounding areas of wherever your number is, you know, your social, whatever. You want to make sure the IP address is in that perimeter of the address that's on your credit report. Also, when you doing all these applications, you want to pull them all up, different windows, put in all the info on all of them. Boom, 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 boom. Then you hit submit all at one time. That way, it's not popping up on your credit report 30 minutes later that you just got an inquiry. You know what I mean? Because these other companies, these other people that you applying for, they gonna see that you just now applied over here, you just applied over there, whatever. They might not mess with you by that third or fourth application. So you want to make sure that you doing that first. I mean, that you do them all at one time instead of first, second, third, fourth, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Second, if you're trying to go get a car, you can go get your car last. They don't care about the inquiries because they're going to drag your shit. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure if you're trying to get some bread, you want to go get you some iPhones. You know what I'm saying? Get you some phones. The 13 Pro Maxes, all that, you can let them ship them to you. They might not want to ship them. I mean, they might not have them in the store, so you just let them ship them to you. But you're gonna be hot if you be like, okay, I want to get the phone right now, and I don't want to wait for shipping, all that. You could just tell them, okay, you can ship it to this address. You could do regular day shipping. When you're trying to rush it and all of that, that's when you bring too much attention to yourself. If it's gonna come, it's gonna come. What's another 2-3 days for you to wait on your bread? So a lot of people don't know, like, I'm gonna make another video about that. I ain't gonna give up that. Hold on, I'm tripping. Okay, yeah, you can do the phones. That's another thing. So you go get, let's just say you go get 5 lines, right? They don't gotta be necessarily with the same company. It can be different companies. You can go get 1 line from 5 different companies or 4 different companies. Let's see, AT&T, T-Mobile. Sprint ain't existing no more. They used to be my favorite. So AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon, and then whatever little local companies y'all got in y'all area. So let's just say you get 2 lines at them 3 different companies, right? That's 6 phones. So say you got 6 phones, no money down, only paying the taxes, right? So you only paying the taxes on these phones. So the state tax, whatever it might be in y'all area, it ain't gonna be no more than like $100 and some a phone. You know what I mean? So you just gotta make sure you have the capital, but you don't want to pay cash. That ain't what you want to do. That look hot. You don't even gotta necessarily get iPhones. You can get the Ultra 21, whatever. I don't know. I'm not an Android user, but you can get those phones too. That's hot in the Android world. You can get those because they're going to have the same value as an iPhone, and it's less suspicious. So you grab those, and I say less suspicious, meaning like, even if you are doing something legit, they could still flag your account thinking you're doing something illegal just because you might smell like weed, or you might, you know, want too many iPhones. When there's a lot of people who really want them type of phones, you know, they want to splurge with their family. But you might have a motherfucker who take their job a little bit too serious, and they be like, oh, I think they up to something. Something ain't just right with them, and they go flag your account. You know what I mean? So just to make them not flag your account and make you think you doing something suspicious, you feel me? Just go grab something else. Just try those phones. Just tell them, okay, I use Apple, but I'm going to be an Android user today. You know what I'm saying? Like, get those and try those. But they going to sell. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, so let's get back to this. So, six of those high-end phones, say they going for like 900 a piece or 1,000 a piece. You know what I mean? You don't want to sell them to people who, local people. You want to sell them to the Asians who, whatever they doing with them, they gonna pay them their dollar for dollar because they probably shipping them overseas. So you want to give it to those type of people. So let's just say 1,000 a piece. You gonna make 6,000 just off those 6 phones. Let's just minus your little 600 that you put into it. You know what I'm saying? So, but you're not getting them all at once. So after you buy that one and you sell that one or those 2 and you sell it, the other ones are being paid for or financed with the profits from the proceeds of you selling that 1 or 2 that you just got. You know what I mean? So just make sure you stay calculated, because at the end of the day, getting a phone is just a utility bill. That's it. It's just a utility bill. It's just like going to go apply for some electric or apply for some cable. It's just a utility bill. That's all it is. So they not gonna be doing no extensive credit, like credit history searching and stuff for you to get approved for it. You know what I mean? But you want to make sure you get your credit cards, you get your phones, and you can get local loans. You know what I mean? Like from the credit union and stuff like that. Now, when you getting your loan, you know what I mean? You got to make sure that you make at least over $50,000 a year, and you can provide that. You know what I mean? You got to make sure that you've been at your house for more than 5 years, and you can prove that with a utility bill, all that. You got to make sure that you got references and stuff like that for your loans. And always let them know you've been at your place for 5 years. It shows stability. You make more than, you know, 50, 60,000 a year, and you always want to put that either you live with somebody and you're not paying rent. So that means that your expenses is low. So the only thing you would have to pay for is the loan that you taking out on. Like, hey, I can afford this. This gonna be my only bill. I make $50,000 a year. Yeah, I mean, which is like $4,700 a month or something like that, $4,500 a month, and I'm only gonna have to pay y'all back with like $500 a month, if that. So yeah, I could afford this. So it's gonna give you a higher chance of getting approved. You know what I mean? So make sure you do that, and you know, you can always apply for like 5, 10, 15. You know what I mean? But I gave y'all some game on how to make more than 20 bands. To be honest, I don't know if it